So guys, I've been looking all over for these 8 HP 45 do-it-yourselves, and for some reason I could not find it anywhere. I looked all over. I even looked around the shop, and I could not find another 335 with the 8 HP swap. So it looks like I'm gonna have to break it down for you guys and give you guys the easy way, the simplified way, not that other, technical, you gotta do this, that. It's super easy, guys. Don't let the internet scare you. I'm gonna show you how to get it done.
Hey, young Metro, don't trust you. I'm gonna shoot you.
I'm gang bang, and I'm dangerous.
This nice V8 BMW right here. Pretty sick, huh?
Finish your car. This video is about the 8 HP transmission I have in my 2007 335. To be honest, guys, it's really not that hard. Super simple, but I've been looking all over the internet for this do-it-yourself guide, or just a do-it-yourself guide. I don't know, but I couldn't find one, so I'm going to explain it to you guys. If you guys don't know already, 07 335 single turbo. It got all the bells and whistles, the woo-choo-choo-choo-choo, all that type of stuff. There is a M5 shifter in here with the Canformance controller, but I'll explain all of that during the video. So the hardest part about this whole build, as in the transmission swap for the 8 HP 45, is getting your hands on the controller. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to come to the US. It is coming from Germany, but you are going to need the plug and play Canformance harness, the Canformance controller, and the Canformance shifter bracket thingy. You guys get what I mean. It holds the shifter in place. The 8 HP 45 transmission, which is right here, will bolt right up to your N55 or your N54. There is no plate required for this swap. This 335 was all-wheel drive. Now, if you have a rear-wheel drive, it's bolt on, throw it on, bolts right up to the drive shaft and all that. For the all-wheel drive, the transmission that comes with the vehicle, you have to use that one. You can keep it all-wheel drive, or you could switch it to rear-wheel drive on the laptop. Canformance provides all of this, and their customer service is immaculate. I believe there's only one guy that takes care of all the technical support and stuff like that, but he does get back to you very quickly. So what I did, I pulled this whole swap out, redid all the seals on the engine, because that is something you have to do, that has to be done if you want to enjoy the car for longevity. Slapped a Speed Tech single turbo kit on, 6266 turbo. It's a good mid-range turbo. I didn't go with a full exhaust because I wanted to cut weight, so I went with a hood dump. Shout out Jack's Fabrication. That's my guy right there. That's my guy. I went with a Phoenix Racing intake manifold with the port injection rail. I believe the injectors are 750 cc.
And you're just direct. Oh, you're 14, right?
Yeah. So it has port and direct. Went with all the breathers, the VTT, Vargas turbo, vent, oil cap vent, dual catch cans, and I put push locks on pretty much everything. It just looks cleaner. Everything else, like the charge pipe, that's normal. Intercooler. I didn't even go with the biggest intercooler. I went with the mid. I think it's a 7-inch. Don't quote me on that. I went with the Moroso coolant reservoir. Reason why I did this was because I was tired of all the plastic. I got rid of a lot of plastic stuff in here, so I won't have to worry about anything cracking, leaking, or splitting. This swap is super simple. All in, you're probably looking at around under 2K. The 8 HP 45 transmissions are going for about 500 to 600, compared to the 6 HP 19 and 21, which are going for 1,300 to 1,600. And that's around 100K miles. So you are going to break the bank if you're trying to go back to a 6. That's why I really went with the 8, because quicker shifts, hand formats provides tunes for the transmission. Your shifting is going to be even, it's going to be even better than the 6 HP, like I'm telling you. I can't even.
Well, you run a factory brakes on this?
Yes. The braking I didn't upgrade. Actually, I'm lying. The rear, I have a 15-inch conversion. Where did I get these? From Vader Solutions. So it's a smaller brake caliper and a smaller rotor, which essentially you can get these from the 328i's, the coupes. Not sure the four doors, but I know the coupes for sure. You can get the brakes, the rotors, and the calipers. Slap them on, but you're gonna have to cut the dust shield in the back because it's gonna scrape on the 15-inch rear rim. Yeah.
No, these holes. This thing go to church?
Nah, I lost my vape, so I couldn't find it, so I took everything out.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Swifty.
Really sell the interior parts to get some money back?
No, I actually threw everything out.
Did you do any special oil cooler situation on this?
I did. I do have a shout out Muscleman for the oil cooler. This is the oil thermostat cooler. I bought the full kit with the 6AN lines to the cooler down here. So there is a guard that goes here, like a plastic guard. I took it out so the cooler could get better airflow. There's a hole here. This isn't for the turbo at all. This is to cool my brakes.
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
Keep them all cool, like we live in Florida. This on here too because I like the way it looks, and it won't melt. that's the main thing right there. It will not melt. Essentially, you're gonna love the 8 HP. It is not expensive at all. If you have any questions, just comment below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. Like I said before, I went with the 8 HP because it just shifts like, I'm like a shift god when I'm shifting. It's just like,
I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow.
it's crazy.
Compare this to like a DCT setup and like one of the V8s?
No, because, okay, so the DCT transmissions are more raw. So once you switch the gear, you'll feel the tug. But when you switch the gear in this, you feel the tug, but it's more smooth. Yeah. Smooth like Old Spice.
You have a stock ECU or piggyback ECU or MHD, which you brought for tune software?
ECU. So I have MHD custom tune by JSR Tuning. Shout out to you, my guy. You're the guy right there. I'm gonna invite you to my wedding. Stock DME. I didn't go at max ECU. That's a whole nother story. I had an MSD 80, switched to MSD 81 because of the MOSFET issue. And plus I got the car detailed and my MSD 80 got wet. So it just was throwing all type of codes. I got rid of that issue with the MSD 81.
When you did your all-wheel drive delete to rear-wheel drive, what specifically did you do?
For the rear-wheel drive delete. Okay.
For all-wheel drive, yeah.
So what I did for that situation, I pulled the front diff out. Okay, I gotta put the coffee down. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what I did to convert it from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive. You have the front axles right here. As you can see, there's no front diff. And I switched the oil pin, which you don't have to do. You don't have to switch the oil pin. But here, I pulled the axle out, took the outer hub, cut it, gutted it, cleaned it out, and put it in the hub. That is so your ABS sensors can read the wheel speed. If you just take your axles out, the wheel's gonna be all wobbly and your ABS light will never go off. So I did that for both these sides. If you come right here to the 8 HP transmission, it's a little wet. I was driving it. But I pulled this mini drive shaft out, which goes to the front diff. Everything else literally connects. 8 HP transmissions here. If you come back here, you have the stock transfer case. Literally, obviously, it comes in the car, so it's plug and play. Drive shaft to the rear. Super simple.
Stock drive shaft too, huh?
Yeah,
OEM with a cable.
yeah. I could put a stereo system here.
Yo, you can put a shadow there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Really catch them off guard at the next meet.
Yeah, and if you guys, you could show them this too. So I was talking about cutting the dust shield. You can see the dust shield here where I cut it so it clears the rotor and the caliper. Too bad, not too bad, not too shabby. And if you're going 15 in the rear, you are gonna need spacers. You see how wide these bad boys are?
Those 305s?
Caked up.
That looks like a drumstick. You hungry?
Caked up. Also went with the extended studs to fit the spacer and the wheel. Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. Flex fuel kit. I just put the sensor here. Zip ties do the job. I put it under here, ran it all the way back to the tank. The fuel pump I have is a Precision Raceworks 3.75. I believe it's rated for 1100 horsepower. Yeah. Ran that to a hob switch to the charge pipe. That's the sauce, man. That's the sauce. Water meth? No. Me personally, I didn't go water meth because I didn't see enough horsepower gains. So I didn't want to add, I mean, the car's on E. I didn't want to add an extra, I didn't want to add like an extra fuel type, I guess you could say, for no gains. Because I've seen cars run water meth that make power, but it's only about 10 horsepower. It's nothing crazy. Even 5 horsepower I've seen it make, but this car didn't need it.
Any other future plans, or is it just it?
Future plans. I'm gonna try it out at the track again. If I don't hit my goal, which is like a 10, I'm just gonna park it and get another car. I might join the B58 boys. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the B58s are putting down some numbers. I think I seen the other day a 7.1 or a 6.9. These supers, man, just leave the supers alone, man. Why you guys keep going to Florida breaking these records? I don't get it. Those supers are putting down some numbers.
This is only for drag racing. This isn't for like time attack, nothing like that.
No, time attack's for losers.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, this one's, I'm used to drag racing, so this one was definitely just for drag. I wanted to push the scene because around my area, there's not a lot of single turbo 335s that's actually doing any work with them, or even with the transmission swap. I don't know, personally, no one with the 8 HP 45. I know a lot of built 6 HP 19s or 21s, but I don't know not one with an 8 HP. I had to switch the game up. Switch the game up, keep your name up. I will tell you why I went with, there's a few options I could have went with. The 8 HP 70, the DCT out of the M3. First, I didn't go with the 8 HP 70 because there's pros and cons to it. That trans will hold up to, I believe, 800 horsepower or 700 horsepower. It will last longer than the 8 HP 45. The downside is you need the adapter plate, the flex wheel, flywheel, flex plate. And I didn't feel like doing all of that, to be honest. I just wanted to slap it on, take it out. DCT, I didn't go with the DCT because the transmissions, first of all, are crazy expensive. $300 8 HP versus $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 DCT. It's a no-brainer. DCT, well, I can't say this, bro. the DCT ever broke, over 1200 to fix. It's a no-brainer, man. Just get the 8 HP. You'll be in and out. If you are, okay, let me put it in this terms. If you have a stock N54 with a stock motor N54 upgraded twin turbos, this transmission will be perfect for you, bro. I'm telling you. It'll be, bah, bah, bah. They're going to look at you like, how is this guy beating me? We have the same car. Not the same transmission, though. They don't know about that. Oh. Bro, just do an 8 HP swap. It's not that hard. Do it. Do it.